Hello and welcome to welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 227. I'm hearing myself. What's going on?
That'll be Craig.
It's really off-putting. Okay, so coming to you live by the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, and wherever you listen to your favourite shows. I am your host, Bison, and today I'm joined by the man simply known, or simply coming to us from the void of his own mind, of course, the Joker, and from his local nightclub, of course, LimpstarUK Craig. That's
Hello.
really weird. That is so off-putting. It's ridiculous.
Well, what's on? What's going
I
on?
can hear myself like 3 seconds after I say it.
I don't know why.
Has anyone got their phone on or something?
No, my phone's off.
Nah, I got headset on with the microphone.
Yeah.
That is really weird. I literally went, that's really weird. And it went, that's really weird.
See, the
That's
thing
really
is
weird.
only you can hear that, and no one here believes you.
No one else can hear it. Okay, well, we'll just do our best. We'll do our best because it really is off-putting. But anyway, let's get slap bang into news, rumors, and of course the Impact recap of the week. If we need to get through it because I think we've got so much content today. I'm trying really hard not to miss any of it out because there is so much. But at the same time, I don't want to be here all afternoon or all evening, depending on where you are in the world. But let's talk. Let's basically get slapped back into it now. Immersed has been released again. Let's take a look back at Joe Hendry versus Nick Nemeth at Genesis, and winning obviously the TNA World Title.
This is now on YouTube.
Yeah, I think they re-released it because if you don't have TNA Plus, they're basically saying use promo code say his name in all capital letters, and you'll get a whole month completely free.
Ooh.
I should get commission for that.
Yeah.
I should, or at least a special guest. What do you reckon?
Definitely.
Now, Joe Hendry appears to face Randy Orton in his 20th WrestleMania match, becoming the first TNA World Champion or first TNA roster member, full stop, to appear at WrestleMania. The pop was immense, wasn't it?
Oh, it was cool. I've only seen the entrance, but my God, that entrance was banging. That was almost like when the Hardys came back. I think it was WrestleMania or the Royal Rumble when they came back, and that was huge. That was like on that level. That was massive. That part was brilliant.
Definitely. So can I just say a quick hello to Bonus Baby, Hassan Terrell. He's joining us again. I don't know if Mir's in there. Is Mir in the chat today?
Somewhere. You can't see him, but he's there.
Can't see him. Yeah, you can't see him. But he's definitely there. But anyway, if you are there, remember to say hello and we'll give you a shout out. Okay? Really
say his name.
Exactly. Say his name and he'll appear. So just give us a hello. And we'll definitely give you a shout out. Okay. Joe was definitely holding back tears. I think he was. Okay.
Oh man, I'll tell you what though, that was like, to see like a fully fledged member of TNA go in there and do that. Like, don't get me wrong, I started watching it and I looked like, well, I won't lie, I flicked through it because I don't know if you guys saw the post on my Facebook. On the first night alone, there was 2 hours and 21 minutes of WrestleMania where just nothing was happening. It wasn't matches, it was just video packages and, cutscenes and adverts and stuff like that. I just thought, I am not sitting through all of this, so I'll just skip through it. So I'm there like fast forwarding. And when it got to the Randy match, because I am like a fan of Kevin Steen, Kevin Owens, and like, to hear that he was out injured, I thought, oh. And then, I didn't think it would be Joe Hendry. I thought it would have been Rusev or Miro, whatever he was going under. So I was kind of like, oh, that would be cool because that is a hell of a wrestler and that'll be a hell of a match. And then boom, Joe Hendry comes out and I just thought, okay, I'm happy with this, but is he going to get buried? Do you know what I mean? Because it's the 20th anniversary and stuff like that. It's Randy Orton, but when you if you guys have followed since, he said Joe Hendry said on a podcast that we're expecting a big star
Yeah.
from WWE to turn up, someone who's got their own coach and all that whatnot. So yeah, I don't know who's going to turn up at Rebellion, but you know he's definitely hyped it up. It'll probably be someone like, I don't know. I just hope it's not El Patron. Please do
As
not.
long El Patron or the Miz, as long as it's not the
Oh
Miz.
mate, come on. The
I
shits.
think-
I
I
don't
think-
want the shits.
I think at the end of the day, whoever it is that turns up will be of top tier, top tier caliber.
Cody Rhodes.
I don't know. Well,
Seth
maybe.
Rollins is what I'm thinking of. He's got his own coach, and he's recently signed with Paul Heyman.
Yeah, I've seen all that.
Yeah, that's interesting. But he did say that, didn't he? That's what he said. He's got his own coach and all that sort of stuff.
But listen to us, man. We're
Oh,
banging on
yes.
about WWE. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know,
That's
2 years ago, we would have been kicking
someone I would
off
love
about it.
to
So,
have seen. Bring LA Knight back. Eli
LA
Drake.
Knight. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a possibility. Yeah, we could have a Eli Drake dummy. Yeah, that would be great. I'd be up for that. I was always a Drake fan. I never really rated him in the ring. I thought he was a bit of a five-trick pony. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit of a Hogan. But his promo ability was so good. He was good. I enjoyed him a lot.
He even made Chris Masters look good.
He did. Yes, you're right. He did. Yeah, that's interesting. Bonus Baby was expecting Rusev, so there you go.
I was thinking Rusev. I didn't know Kevin Owens was injured. I just thought they just decided to change the card or something. But wow,
and I agree with Bonus. He's saying that losing to Randy Orton is not getting buried.
Oh,
I
no,
know
it's not getting buried.
I know it wasn't very long, right? And I don't think Randy was ever going to lose his 20th match. It's like a big celebration thing, and he managed to get some offense in. I say someone gets buried when they just basically come out and a bit like a squash, I guess. They don't really get any of their shit in. They just sort of kind of get pushed, a bit of a beating around the ring, and that's the end of it.
think
You know what I mean?
The thing is those people who are saying, like, he lost to Randy Orton, he got buried. I'm just like, you thought he was going to win?
Yeah.
It's WWE. He's going into their yard on their, flagship show and stuff like that.
Biggest show in the bloody history of WWE.
Like, unless they were going to go like, right, Joe, you're going to go out there and win, and you're going to leave TNA immediately. Here's a multi-million-pound deal. Then maybe. But, apparently, Triple H has fully tapped him up and said, your first one's going to be the easiest one. You've got many more WrestleManias to go and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So be it. We've got a talent. But like I've said to people, they're like, oh, what would you do if Joe Hendry went to WWE? I'll do what I do with every single talent that goes somewhere else. Wish him well, leave him to it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it, exactly. Hey, Chris, nice to see you, bud. Thanks for joining us. And, of course, Mir has joined us, so nice to see you, Mir. Loads of cool stuff went on with regards to Joe Hendry. I thought it was good. He took 2 RKOs. I mean, let's face it, he could go away and say, regardless of anything else, even if he never, ever goes to WWE, which we know he eventually will, but even if he doesn't, at the end of the day, he was in the WrestleMania 20th match with Randy Orton, and that's cool. Let's face it, that is pretty cool. Okay, Joe Hendry then turns up to challenge Obi Femi on NXT.
This is bloody brilliant. I saw this morning. Wow.
Whilst Trick Williams was trying to cut a promo on Obi at the same time. So no let up from Joe turning up on WWE TV right now.
Yeah. Wow, I was not expecting Joe Hendry to go up against Obafemi, but my God, this is going to be amazing. We saw what he could do against Moose, and that was bloody brilliant. So and this is going to be fantastic.
Well, I hope so. But like Norris Sparks is saying there, anyone complaining does not really watch the TNA. But there you go. For God's sake, WWE is not. They're going to buy him out of his contract.
Well,
he's got another year and a half.
Very little sense. The thing is because we're under a contract with WWE for 3 years, so it make no sense them paying out on a contract to sign him while it's still under a deal with TNA. You can use both sides of the talent. Do you know what I mean? They're in a working relationship.
Yeah.
So surely
no
that would
sense.
come at the end of the
Yeah.
deal. You
Yeah,
know?
it makes no sense. Makes no sense. Tickets have gone on sale now for Irvine, California. Live Impact on Thursday the 1st and Tuesday, May the 2nd. We haven't had live Impact for a while, so
There goes.
that should be cool. Unfortunately, I'm on holiday, so I won't get to see that one. Or I don't know, I might do. It just depends. It depends. If we're, I'm not going to plan my holiday around it, but if we're in a hotel at that time and we've got the channel, I'll watch it. Anyway, TNA is also a new sponsor in BioFlex, laser light and red light therapy. Um, cool. That's a hopefully a big money sponsor. It's nice to see we're getting those kind of deals in now. What do you think?
I read a little bit about what it is, but it was a bit too confusing for me. But my God, it's great to see that they've got such a huge thing backing them. Wow, it's just really really humbling to see, especially after seeing Chris Baker come back out. I thought maybe that's got something to do it too, but
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was just really really great to see that appreciation there as well.
yeah. There you go. That
Yeah,
makes perfect. See what? Yes, of course we watch WWE NXT a little bit. We do, but that doesn't mean that he's going to WWE. Um, anyway, um, with regards to what you're saying, at the end of the day, I agree with Norris. What he's saying is,
yeah.
why
Why have a cow when you can milk for free?
exactly makes total sense. Makes
Yeah.
no sense.
If Joe Hendry's going to go leave TNA, it'll be after like you said, like when the 3 year deal is up with WWE, and they decide what to do next from there.
Exactly. That is 100%. Shout out to Rudy sheep lovers. I agree. Right, Steve Maclin
Oh
becomes.
no, there's no Welsh down near New Zealand.
Hey Slam, nice to see you. Steve Maclin becomes the first TNA International
What's the
Champion
beautiful belt?
at Unbreakable. It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
What colour would you say that is? Teal?
Yeah.
Blue.
Yeah. It's like more of a teal than a blue.
I've definitely got a bit of spot like a greeny blue, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
I thought
lovely.
it was Man City blue, so I'm not that fond of it.
Man City blue. You're right. Don't understand a word they're saying. Um,
Nah.
And then at Unbreakable, TNA debuts the all new LED ramp. What do we think of that?
Oh, who's going through that then?
That was cool. That was really, really cool. I'd love to see what if they keep it around. I'd love to see Rosemary's entrance on that. What they
Oh,
can do
mate.
with that. That would be really cool. Even just for that event, or if they bring it on every other pay per view, that was really cool to see.
Do you know who missed out on that ramp? PCO. Imagine the Thunderbolt.
Oh yeah,
Brilliant.
they could
Never
have had
mind.
light show going across the floor. It would have been.
Yeah, they could just have left hits all the way up there.
Left tits out. But listen, bonus, I understand that, but it would cost them way more to contract Joe and buy him out of the contract than it will just to pay him for per appearance, wouldn't it? Just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. They can have him anyway. Right, Impact countdown to Unbreakable results. Let's have a look at this, shall we? So, opening match was Laredo Kid defeating Jason Hotch. Now, I thought this was an incredible opening match. For their show, just incredible. And I love the fact that he's no longer Laredo Kid or.
We did that last week, if you remember.
Yeah,
I think Joe decided that. It's like, no more kid. You're just Laredo the goat.
Laredo the goat. Yeah, Laredo. No Laredo adolescent, Laredo adult. No, he's just Laredo, and I like it. Laredo goat. That's the way to go.
The fact that they kept mentioning the Aztec Warriors too, I'm really hoping they've signed Octagon Junior.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
They're mentioning the Aztec Warriors again, so I hope Octagon Junior is one of these guys that they've potentially signed from elsewhere.
Octagon Junior is been put onto the card.
Yeah,
he's actually on the roster page, so he's certainly supposed to be around for a little while.
Brilliant.
So because otherwise they wouldn't bother doing that. But there you go. Cody Deaner, Gia Miller then interviews a confident Leon Slater ahead of his match against the System's Brian Myers. You get me. that was quite cool. And again, I love it. I think he's doing really, really well. I do. I think he's doing really well. Yes, bonus. That's exactly what we said. He just said Laredo on the name bar.
Yeah.
But there you go. Um, Cody Deaner is worried that his contract is about to expire on May the 1st. Director of Authority Santina Marrero wants to help him, but the board is concerned with wins and losses, apparently. I think that's a dig at AEW.
Yeah.
Morella gives Diener an opportunity to qualify for Ultimate X at Rebellion. So Cody's all excited now. He's got the opportunity to get out there and prove, that he's worth re-signing. I had a funny feeling that they're basically writing him off TV, aren't they?
Yeah. Sadly, it's going to be sad to see him go. But if he's still backstage and everything, then that's going to be fantastic.
That's what I think. I think they're just writing him off TV so he can then continue doing his role that he does as a producer and talent relations, etc. backstage. We then get Zaya Brookside with Lei Ying Lee. I'm going to get that right 1 week first time.
Yeah.
1 week. Defeated NXT's Jazmyn Nix. She was with Fallon Henley and JC Jane.
Brilliant match, this one.
Yes, but I mean,
Yeah,
a
it
little
was
bit of
good.
an assist from Rosemary at the end. I believe.
Nothing wrong with a bit of assist from Rosemary. Everyone needs a bit of assistance from Rosemary. everyone's got their demons.
Did you see Rosemary's comment on
Yeah.
X where she had, how are your eyes, dear?
Yeah, it was smiley face.
Yeah, loved it. Casey Navarro then defeats Cody Deaner in an Ultimate X qualifier. So Casey Navarro now has been added into that match at Rebellion.
The ultimate blessed.
I think that's brilliant because he's perfect for that.
Definitely.
For an Ultimate
Yeah.
X. Perfect. We then get a promo from Maggie Lee where she's like, she's basically telling us there's no way she's doing anything elegant or whatever.
Fingers crossed.
Along those lines, anyway.
Yeah.
It was not a bad little promo, nice little introduction.
Yeah, I hope she doesn't go full elegance, or at least I hope she kicks the concierge out before they do anything else.
Yeah, no, totally. NXT, Gigi, Dolin, and Tatum Paxley defeat Knockouts World Tag Team Champion Heather by Elegance and Maggie Lee. With obviously the personal concierge was there as well. Now, what's interesting about this one is I never, especially when you go into the next segment.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned this. I can't believe, or I never realised how small Heather is.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Yeah.
She is so small. And when they go into the next segment with Jakara Jackson Lash Legend,
Yeah. It's like Austin Khan saying it, sending over somebody.
Maggie Lee stands behind her and is looking down on her.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's looking. It's just unbelievable. Like, that's where you finally realise how small she really is. Like, I couldn't believe she's tiny. She's smaller than Alicia Edwards, and she's small.
She must be like 5'2" then. Alicia Edwards is about 5'5", 5'3" at least.
Absolutely tiny. But she's a great wrestler. But wow, is she small? So NXT's Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend, Spitfire, and NXT Gigi, Dolin, Tatum, Paxley all want the shot at the Knockouts World Tag Team titles. Heather by Elegance crumbles under the pressure and offers them all an opportunity in a 4-way match. I like the way this ended, where they're like,
Yeah.
"What have you done?" Like,
This is all your fault.
Unbelievable. They're like, "She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me." Love it. Absolutely loved it. Anyway, we then find out that Joe and Masha are on the same page for their big match tonight. Danny Luna with Jodie Fret in her corner defeats NXT Jakara Jackson. What were your thoughts on this match?
This was good. I like this match. Danny Luna looked incredible, and Jakara Jackson was really impressive too. I really did enjoy this match.
Okay, and what about yourself? Craig? Did you enjoy this one?
Thing is I think I enjoyed the cutscene more than I enjoyed the actual match. If I'm honest, I think it's just like the way it's leading, the way that we've got the NXT talent in with us and stuff like that. It is good, but I did like. Don't get me wrong. Watching TNA for the past couple of weeks and seeing how prominent we're pushing that NXT talent, and I thought, what's going on at WrestleMania? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was almost like it was a cue. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. I do think that like we can we can see a lot more coming our way anyway.
Okay. I'm being told I'm echoing. Let me
It's only to him, mate. I haven't heard nothing wrong.
Is there nothing else? I'm just having a seeing if there's anything I can do just to because I'm not gonna lie that
Yeah, it does get annoying, doesn't it?
the listening thing, gosh, drives you out the wall. What's this? What's that?
No. Am I gone?
No.
I'm there. Any different?
No, the microphone's
Yeah, a bit more
loud
muffled.
quality. A bit more muffled now.
No, is it better?
No, it's all muffled.
It's like a vision test, isn't it? Now,
Yeah.
Yeah, what
yeah,
about now?
now.
Is it any
How
better?
about now? How about now?
Any better?
Your microphone's clearer,
Yeah.
but you've still got the echo.
Oh, so there is an echo.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
See, I can,
I'm not
I
hearing
can-
no echo at all.
Well, unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Stephen Mulhern.
I'm just I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. Just give me 2 seconds. Talk about the match.
Well,
Actually,
One.
yeah,
I
go
watched it
talk
on
about
Friday, so my memory's really, really foggy on that match. I watched the.
That's right, man. Let's move on to Elijah then, because
Yeah.
Elijah
wants to walk
performs
with Elijah?
live for who does want to walk with Elijah? I don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
No,
You're
I
not
think
up for
I
it.
don't like like him as face. I reckon he needs to smash that guitar over someone's head already.
Oh, like he
I wanna
said he
see
was
him as a
going to do
heel.
one. Like he said he was going to do Unbreakable. Anyone interrupts me, I'm smashing this guitar over your head. Yeah, he's going to turn heels very, very soon. I thought that the song was really entertaining. I thought the way he got the crowd behind him is just the way he gets the crowd behind him is fantastic. You can tell he's just naturally charismatic and a natural performer, and he's stepped into TNA and taken up
Yeah.
this whole role perfectly.
Right, here we go. How's this? Oh no, it's not any better, is it?
Yeah, it was. I thought Elijah. I'm really entertained by him, but I am waiting for that heel turn. I'm just wondering when it's going to be. Is it going to be?
It's
after
got to be
the
soon, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that, like, just give it the good old double J Jeff Jarrett and just like just no kind of run up or anything like that. Just complete
Yeah, it
surprise.
just needs to happen.
box
It just
attack.
needs to happen when no one's expecting it. That's the thing with a guy like Elijah, because he's so over, and now everyone's expecting that heel
Yeah.
turn to come soon or wanting it to come soon.
Do you know what we should call him? To be fair, rather than like, because what was he? He was Elias. Now he's Elijah. He should be Elijah Drake because he looks like Eli Drake with long hair and a beard, doesn't he? So he could be like Elijah Drake. Yeah, I just reckon like we've missed a trick there because he
Yeah.
played like his own brother or something like that when he had a shave, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I think we've missed a trick there. It would have been crazy creative.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, still not. Damn it! I thought I sorted it then. It's definitely.
That's right. We'll sort it next week.
I think so. I'll try and figure it out. I didn't realise it's a bit of a problem because it is annoying me as well. I'm not going to lie.
You,
I
you
can
carry
I
on a
can
sec
hear
and I'll have a
myself.
look on my settings
I can hear
because
it.
I do remember seeing it.
All right. Okay. Everyone. Ethan Page's questions the judgment of the TNA World Champion Joe Hendry, who will compete with an injured shoulder tonight at Unbreakable, just 10 minutes away from his title defense. 10 nights away, so not 10 minutes. Christ, that would have been fucking well quick. 10 nights away from his TNA World title defense. Ethan Page is
Frankie Kazarian at
Frankie
Rebellion.
Kazarian. So Ethan Page again just cutting a really, really good promo, really pissing everybody off.
I think when we a couple of weeks ago when he first turned up, we spoke about it, didn't we? Where we
Yeah.
said that like he's changed. His promo technique has become more natural.
Yeah.
And every time I see it now, the more impressed I am. And I'm not an Ethan Page fan.
Yeah. He's really embraced the character a bit more and works with it more rather than doing what I would do basically and just
Yeah, man.
be myself and be a complete tit.
Yeah, man. Definitely. I'm echoing my own sentiments, apparently, according to Slam.
Jason, check your Facebook Messenger quick. That might sort it.
My Facebook. Hang on, let
I
me.
just sent something to our chat. That's not an invite, everyone. That's just a chat between us three.
Might be a bit half double look, see if it's
No, you crack on,
I don't know
mate.
if that'll sort
You
it.
crack on with the show.
Oh Christ. Okay, right, so in a thrilling main event, Brian Myers defeats Leon Slater. What a match this was. We've got again Leon Slater just showing that he's one of the guys to watch in 2025, 2026, possibly 2027. He's incredible. So incredible. I have a really strong feeling he's going to be winning Ultimate X. If not,
Did you hear what he said when there was one about Unbreakable? He was like, I didn't get Unbreakable because he said I wasn't born yet, or something like that. And it's trying to fathom the fact that like we're watching like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe, even on a throwback thing and that lot, and that might be the first time he's seen it, and he's actually been born, grown up, become a wrestler, and is on the product that we're watching.
Yeah,
it's insane, his journey, and he's just so good.
it's incredible. It's like guys like Ace Austin. It's like, wow, you don't realize how young they are, and then, my God, it's amazing.
Slam's not keen. Slam's not keen.
Slam said,
Right.
Yeah, Ethan Page can go back.
Fuck him. Right.
Right,
So I'm doing what you asked. Hang on. Settings.
So what have we got
audio.
next, Joe? Unbreakable?
Yeah. Okay. So we start off with the first of the two first round matches in the Unbreakable tournament with Eric Young defeating Zachary Wentz and JDC in the TNA International Championship tournament. This was a damn good opening match. It was really well paced. JDC really shone through in this match, in my opinion, and it was so when he took the loss, it was like, wow, that's really going to piss the system off. Just because Wentz was incredible.
It's still happening, isn't it?
Yeah,
Wentz
Eric
was
Young,
really good.
yeah, but it was a really good. And then the match that followed, being Eddie Edwards, Ace Austin, and Steve Maclin, was like a faster paced version of the match we just had it with the pace on it. What I was expecting we see with Zachary Wentz and JDC. It was really fast paced and really aggressive from start to finish. But then everyone in this match has got a bit of a gripe against each other, apart from Austin and Maclin. So it was like you were expecting tensions to blow up between everybody, but why? God, they went hell for leather on each other. Ace Austin having in a way, everything to lose because he's doing it all for Chris Bay, doing it for himself. Eddie Edwards trying to show that he's still the head of the system, and Maclin being Maclin.
Maclin doing Maclin things.
Front towards enemy. You're in my fucking way. Get out of my way.
Maclin just being a fucking badass. That's what he is.
Yeah. I'm not playing down Maclin at all. I've got a huge amount of respect for him.
Can I just say quick hello to Punk, by the way? He's joined us.
Hello.
He's looking forward to King Kaz becoming the new TNA World Champ. No
I agree.
Fucking chance.
Yeah,
No chance. That's what that is. No chance. No chance in hell.
Kaz deserves his flowers before he retires, at least.
Yeah, I'll give him some flowers, but I wouldn't give him a world title.
Oh yes. That'd be like, otherwise it would be like the third or fourth time someone's cashed in.
You can have 12 red roses. There you go. That'll be all right. You can have that, and then they can stick him in the Hall of Fame. Job done. Margot the Wonder Chicken to show up at Rebellion. Could be.
I have no idea who the hell that is. It just made me laugh.
You never know. You never know. Oh, where's Steve gone? Where's Craig gone?
Yeah, your muffling stopped now. So it's some.
And there's no echo, is there?
No, there's no echo now.
It's
So
all gone.
Craig's. Okay.
Maybe Craig just needed to do a restart.
Yeah, I'll bring him back in a second. That's it.
I bet the echo's back.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Don't know what's going on
Is
there,
that
mate.
is that my new name? I'm the Echo.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you went out, it stopped. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, the draw. You're the draw, so you've got to be here.
Yeah.
So we need to have the draw in the house. Anyway, Gia Miller then interviews
get
Frankie
why.
Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard ahead of their big tag showdown against TNA World Champion Joe Hendry and Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich. It was what it was, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
There you go. X
Damn
Division
good
champion.
promo.
It was a good promo. Yeah, it was. There is
Tessa
no
scaring
doubt.
Jim Miller. What a bully. Poor
She-
Gia.
Yeah, she's so good at that. She's
Yeah.
so good at and like proper like intimidating
Reacting to
people.
everybody and engaging the audience.
Yeah,
Gia's
fantastic.
too sweet. You can't do that to Gia.
Well, she is lovely.
Yeah. Then you see her.
Mind you,
Then you see her on Wrestling Revolt. What the hell she's
Exactly.
doing there? Christ
the
almighty.
real Gia Miller. The real Gia Miller.
Me, Gia Miller.
That's it. X Division champion Moose issues the open challenge to the greatest high flyer that Las Vegas has to offer. Then CEO of Lights Out of Sean Merriman joins Tom Hannafin and Matthew Raywell on commentary. The open challenge is answered by Sidney Akeem, who is making his TNA wrestling debut. Now, what I haven't figured out on this one is that his debut and he's going to be sticking around, or is it just he's just there for that show?
I hope he's staying around because I was so impressed with his performance in this match. He was incredible. I hope he's at least coming back for the Ultimate X match. At Rebellion.
He's a former WE guy, right?
I think so. I'm not sure. They didn't mention a lot about his history outside of his independent stuff. So I'm not.
I mean, I know that he is a former Cirque du Soleil acrobat.
Yeah. So he was incredible. The stuff, the way he was keeping up with Moose, and Moose was keeping up with him was just testament to how good Moose is as well. They were really, really almost outpacing each other at some point, and they were still just somehow catching up. It was they just did not miss a beat in this match at all.
Yeah, man. Oh, there you go. He was Reginald in WWE. Now I'm going to say this because I haven't watched WWE for many years properly.
Yeah.
I got absolutely no idea who he was, but I did enjoy his performance. I thought he performed really, really well. And like you say, he gave for his size, he really gave Moose a good match. Yeah, he gave Moose a good match. There's no doubt about that. But of course, Moose ultimately defeated Sidney. He's just too big and powerful.
Yeah, I hope we do. I hope if there's no big name coming in for the Ultimate X at the end of this week. I nearly said next week because it's not. It's this week now because it's Rebellion on Sunday. I hope he's in the Ultimate X match because he was so impressive. I hope we see him again at least on Explosion for a couple of weeks.
He's certainly what you would class as a X Division wrestler. So I mean. Like, I could imagine a match between him and someone like Casey Navarro, if that's not already happening, would be incredible.
Set the ring on fire. They were incredible.
Trey Miguel would be a good match.
I love Norris' comment. He's like a TV version of Rich Swann.
I guess.
He has got a really impressive kicking game, I must admit too. So it was really, really good.
Hang on, why did half the crowd disappear after Sammy before this? Oh well, we'll get to that later.
Did you see the match?
So,
that's probably why.
Yeah, if your discretion was advised, they're getting all the kids out there.
Steve Maclin tells Eric Young, "May the best man win."
McLean.
Yeah, when they meet in the TNA International Championship tournament final later that night. Which was interesting. TNA injury report presented by BioFlex. Joe Hendry's shoulder injury was cleared. Sami Callihan eye injury was cleared. Mance Warner eye injury was also cleared. Thank you, BioFlex, for your injury update. Yeah, I can't imagine getting their laser treatment on their red light laser treatment on those eyes, but you never know. TNA World Tag Team Champions, the Hardys and Mike Santana defeat Nick Nemeth, Ryan Nemeth, and Mustafa Ali. This was a good match.
This was amazing. This was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, this was pretty solid actually. I really enjoyed this match. Again, I would say that it was, I mean don't get me wrong. When the Hardys are in, they do some cool shit.
Yeah.
But the match was pretty much carried by Mike, Nick, and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, to be fair. And like, not being funny, one thing I did like about that match though was the fact that even though you had like 3-on-3, the storylines developed in their own way during the match.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
They
all
did.
6 of them went, well, look, you're doing your thing, we're doing our thing. And
But do you not
they
think that's
just made
down
it
to
gel.
how good the commentary is?
Oh, I
It's just how
think
good-
that
how
helped as
good
well.
the talent
But
is too.
I got to be honest, like on that whole show, I wasn't keen on the commentary. There was way too much silence. They were letting just like just the TV show just run. And but yeah, like maybe the segments were good in that match particularly. But when someone else said about the Sammy and Mance match, I was just like, in that match they were way too quiet. I'm like, there's so much they could have been talking about and saying.
They should have been going like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god!"
Yeah. I wanted
We
like
need loads
over
of that.
exaggeration. Do you know what I mean? It was like they were both hiding behind the bag or something like that.
I think they were hiding behind the sofa. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards, JDC have attacked Zachary Wentz backstage, and then we get cut back to the main arena. There's a few stars are being pointed out in ringside. So we get the women's wrestling legend Victoria Crawford. Who was she in WWE?
She was Alicia Fox.
That's it, Alicia Fox. I did recognise her. Singer-songwriter Debbie Gibson was in the house.
Never heard of her.
And from TLC's 90 Day Fiance, Tim Malcolm was there. Now, I guess, again, you've never heard of Debbie Gibson?
No.
Are you mental?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I
Debbie
haven't either,
Gibson's
to be
awesome.
fair.
80s legend, mate. 80s, and she's been a songwriter for years for many top stars.
I thought it looked like Debbie McGee with Paul Daniels, but I don't know.
No, Debbie Gibson, mate. Debbie Gibson. She's up there with Tiffany. Do you remember Tiffany?
Nope. Oh, I tell you what. If we're gonna start mentioning old celebrities and stuff like that, Joe, you haven't said much about birthdays today, but can I just point out that today is St. George's Day, and today is the birthday of William Shakespeare.
Ooh.
That's very cool.
So
It's
big
all-
up Willie Shakes. Happy birthday.
Yeah. And happy birthday to
Willie
Moose.
Shakes.
And happy birthday to Brian Myers.
Oh, there we go.
Who?
Imagine that, them two in a cage match.
Moose and Brian Myers. Brian Myers over the weekend. And in fact, Brian Myers got a birthday present when Randy Orton destroyed Joe Hendry.
I did see that.
And it's
Yeah.
Moose's birthday today, apparently. So happy birthday to Moose.
Yes, I must admit I did send Moose a happy birthday. Bless him. He's a good guy. He actually wished me happy birthday, so I thought I better return the favour. I agree. We missed Don West over the top reactions.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Totally.
Who would you say is out there that we could get, not to mimic like Don West,
Yeah.
but someone who's kind of got that energy? Do you reckon there is anyone out there that we could have on? Because like
Not
you've got
really,
this
no.
in WWE, they got that Pat McAfee, but I don't really think he fits. Like Taz in TNA was amazing. Taz in AEW was just Watchamania special. But I'm just kind of like, who's out there that would like actually, set light to it?
Oh.
Yes, Barry knows. Yes, can you imagine that? Or you ham and eggers every single
That would
week.
be brilliant. We need
God.
Johnny Swinger on commentary for Impact. Yes, we do. That would be good. Anyway, TNA World Champion Joe Hendry, Knockouts World Champion Mash Summerfitch defeated Frankie Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard. That's not good for That's not good for Rebellion, as we all know. Normally, when you get something like that, it's the opposite.
Pretty side match too, this one.
Yeah, it was good. Tessa was great.
Tessa and Masha were fucking vicious.
So hear me out. Someone said earlier they're looking forward to Kaz becoming champion at Rebellion, which I agree. He should be champion. But hear me out. If he wins that championship, Tessa's going to be his first challenger.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yes, and she will smash the shit out of him.
Yes.
Never mind. No, we don't. That's not true. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Imagine.
I don't want to. I really don't. Director of Authority Santino Marella grants Mike Santana his wish. The match against Mustafa Ali at Rebellion will now be contested under Falls Count Anywhere
Brilliant.
rules.
That's disgusting.
They had to find a way to end it, and I was really I was wondering all week. I didn't watch anything about Unbreakable until yesterday. I watched I watched a couple of highlights from I think it was no, I can't remember. I don't remember much of what I watched. I watched the pre-show on Friday, then left it all till yesterday. So I didn't have a clue how Mike Santana got this match made. But I was thinking all week since Friday, they have to make this match with Rebellion. If it's going to be the last one, they have to make a stipulation where Mustafa Ali can't weasel his way out. And then this comes down. It's like, yes, fucking brilliant. I'm going to see these two go fucking Undertaker and Steve Austin backstage brawl. Or Steve Austin and Booker T backstage brawl.
Maybe. Right, we then get the ultimate finesser, Chris Bay, providing us a positive and inspirational update on his health after suffering from an in-ring accident last October. I thought this was really emotional moment. Obviously it's the moment where they're setting up the ring for Barbwire Massacre. What is that? Can you hear that noise now?
The echo.
It's still just an echo. I've got other noises going on. Anyway, so I thought it was really good. Chris came out under his own steam. He looked great. Obviously,
I've watched this about 9 times in total since Friday. Been in bits every time.
I thought the crowd's reaction was fantastic. I loved all the chanting. It was just. I thought it was a very emotional moment, and Ace Austin looked emotional. It was
God!
It was just great to see Chris. It was
kept it together for so long. God!
And what is it you said? We believe.
Yes, they believe. They believe. He loved it as well when they started shouting that. We believe. We believe. Yeah, they loved it. And you could tell that he loved that.
Yeah.
Did you see he went to WrestleMania courtesy of Cody Rhodes?
Yeah,
Cody Rhodes.
That.
Cody Rhodes flew him in.
Yeah,
it's funny.
That was fantastic to see too.
His girl's favorite wrestler.
And CM Punk loves him too.
Yeah.
So loads of exposure.
A lot of people love Chris Bay, and I think it's rightfully so as well. So when he first turned up in TNA or Impact, respectively, I didn't exactly know who he was, but then slowly but surely, when he used to come out to his song "One Shot," hell of a tune. That entrance and stuff like that. I thought, like I said a few shows ago, that I know I'll probably get some flack for on that. Where I said I don't really like Chris Bay. I like Chris Bay, but I don't like the character. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a bit of a cock sort of thing. But then that's the love-hate sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? It's his character. Guy, absolutely phenomenal, brilliant. The character, not so much. But I just think that in the evolution that he's gone from joining Impact into his current, obviously his injury in TNA, but when he's back, do you know what I mean? Him and Ace, they're gonna just absolutely smash the tag team division and stuff like that. I'd love to see him come back and have Ace and Chris versus the Hardys one more time at least before they go.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's going to happen. I have a funny feeling that his career is over as a wrestler. But it's just going to be a case of where they go with it.
Yeah.
I'm getting the instructions out now as we speak. Okay, we then go now because we're getting into the big match. We got Sami Callihan defeating Matt Swan in a Barbwire Massacre. Go, off you go for it.
Well, where do we begin? Oh, fuck me! This did not take long to get nasty. Let's just start with that. It was literally 15 seconds into the match, and Sami Callihan's got Matt Swan on a DVD through a table. This was one of the best Barbwire Massacre matches I've seen. It's in my top 3, definitely. Top 1 being Moose and Maclin and Sami, then Eddie Edwards and Sami. That's more of a personal favoritism than over anything else. And then
okay.
And Sami. But I thought Eddie and Sami was awesome. But this match was incredible. It just went from 0 to 10 in 15 seconds or so. It was excellent. And the only thing I got against it is Sammy was the one that was showing the most aggression throughout the entire match. Matt's one was pretty static throughout most of it, or on the floor.
Not being funny, like, you know, he did, like, he stood there and then, you know, literally got carved up by Sammy with that baseball bat to his arm. You know, it's like they bring out the little bag of goods.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just thought, like, oh, is it going to be nails, or no, it's going to be Lego or something like that? No, it's salt. I thought, oh, you evil bastard. Do you know what I mean? It was just, there was no way. And then he got a lemon.
Yeah.
I was just like, what is going on? So, like obviously, I respect your grading and stuff like that of the Barbwire Massacres, but I've got to say that Sabu and Abyss will always eternally be the best one to me, personally.
Yeah.
But this one is a very, very close second.
Yeah.
Very, very close second. And, like, it's just the fact that Sammy came out and, like, obviously, as Jason will point out, is increasing size. He's probably not far off the same size as Mankind. I mean, but he came out with that little tribute to him because obviously he's a Cactus Driver and stuff. I thought, mate, it was just,
I loved that, you know, all the tributes to Mick Foley and that, and all the other,
thumbs up, thumbs down, bang bang.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant. Yeah, Mick Foley is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, so I loved it so much. You know,
I just thought that the running of the show, if I'm going to get serious about it for a second, I really would have made Barbwire Massacre last. You know, because you got to remember that we were filming in Vegas. You got to remember looking at that crowd. It did look like not everyone was there because they're wrestling fans. They've got some tickets to go and see a wrestling show, but they didn't know what to expect. And we definitely exceeded expectations because that was a glorious match. But I've got to say, absolutely love Sammy. Absolutely love him. You know, the fact of the matter is, Matt's worn up. He's gone straight up, absolutely right up the rankings to me because he's just. He's just done really well. What's the Norris said? He should be called Salami Callahan, the bread machine. I love it. Brilliant. Rolls up, rolls down.
Now we'll be getting Santino calling him that now.
Salami Callahan.
You have to listen to Santino. If anyone picks it up, let me know.
But yeah, like Gibster says, there, the staple on his tongue to the door. Like, don't
that
get
was
me wrong,
brilliant.
I did mention something. It was Ricky Shane Page versus Matt Warner, and I want to say it was in CZW. It might have been GCW, where he had an MDF board and done very similar. But oh my god, it was the fact that, like, he's there and then he's holding the door, and I'm like, oh no, no. What are you doing? And he hits it out of his hand. I'm just like, absolutely mental.
When he hit the door went smacked him back in the face as well. It's just like there's just still so much painful moments, and that Mark Warner took most of them. But when Sammy did the tribute to Abyss, the door falling on top of him, I thought that was brilliant too. Like, it's just like you could see Abyss there getting squashed underneath the barbed wire table or barbed wire door.
Like, we can't ignore Mance Warner now. Like, someone was in the crowd with Mance era. You know what I mean? And he's in TNA now, and I hope this isn't a short stay where it's just a kind of like, you know, we'll get him to do his spots and then leave him be. I hope we do see a belt on Mance at some point.
I can see him and Maclin were put on some damn good matches.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Yeah,
can you imagine?
We've seen how violent Maclin can get with Sammy, Moose, PCO, Eric Young. You know, imagine what those two could do together. They would literally go to war on each other.
The problem is I've just kind of said, like, you know, Mance is going up the rankings. I'm scared, man, because I think that Maclin would make him his bitch. I really do. I don't fancy his chances against Maclin. Maclin's got that, like, next level, hasn't he? I mean,
Speaking of Sammy, we got the other Sammy here, the Mass Dog.
It's because we were saying about, it's Norris's folks who said about salami and ham.
Oh yeah,
I'm back. How's this? Any better?
No, still here, guys.
I'm clear though, yeah.
You're clear. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay, there was a buzzing and shit earlier, so hopefully that's gone. Okay. That match
what was I was going to ask. What were your thoughts? Do you want to give us any bit more professional expertise on anything? You know, what were your high points and low points of the match and all that sort of thing?
I don't know about professional. I really enjoyed the match. I thought the fact that Mansour was basically bleeding from like the first
Yeah.
30 seconds. They literally, his arm was literally.
I know that
like,
was so horrible to watch. I wish
It's
I
beautiful.
recorded my.
It was all the claret
wish-
everywhere.
I wish I recorded my reaction to it because part of me was going, ah!
What, you scream like a girl, Joe?
Oh no, it's like ah!
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. So it wasn't.
Oh no, because the dog's.
Oh my god, are we having a scream off? Because I definitely think Jason.
God!
I don't want to know how you can do that so well.
Anyway, you should hear me sing. I sound like an
I
angel.
really shouldn't.
Anyway, I thought it was a fantastic match. I really, really enjoyed it. Say enjoyed it. I mean, it was brutal. It was good.
So good.
It did lack some exploding light tubes and stuff like that. But other than that, it was pretty cool. It was
All in
pretty
good
cool.
time. All in good time, I think.
Maybe we'll see. I don't think this is over.
No.
Oh, definitely
No,
not.
no,
I reckon
hopefully not,
that's
no.
going to be best of 3.
no,
I just don't.
Mansour.
The problem is, I just don't know where they can go after a Barbwire Massacre match. So they must be looking to invent something fresh and new. I don't know.
Well, they can bring back Lockdown for a start off. Let's lock him in the
Yeah,
cage
yeah.
and see where that goes. Even if it's
Maybe
not
it's Cage.
even if it's not a bloody mess or anything like that. Just
Lethal
What's Raven
lockdown.
up to these days?
Yeah.
Get Raven involved. I reckon, especially with Mansour out and SDL, maybe Sammy calls on Rosemary to help him out or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd just be
Or
could go down that
or
route.
what about Havoc?
yeah,
The
but
the new and improved Havoc. Have you seen her lately?
she's looking incredible.
has she stopped doing that like party girl sort of thing? Is she?
Yeah, she's monster mode now. She's really, really terrifying.
Why
Okay.
are you saying that? You saying that when she was sick, it wasn't good.
Sick.
When she was sick, I thought it was shit. So yeah. I just-
Fair enough. So we then get our light entertainment performer Elijah coming out to provide us with some musical interlude. I think they need to start focusing on his ability in the ring because he's actually quite good. But yeah, look, way too much. We've got we've got enough performers, singers, guitar players in TNA right now. But we then get Steve Maclin in the International Champion final to crown the very first International Champion. And I thought this was a average to okay match. It's a real. I think it must have been really difficult for these guys because they had to follow something that was just incredible. And like you said, there was a hell of a lot of people that literally left after the Barbwire Massacre,
Oh, yeah, that's
which I thought was a real shame.
yeah.
The thing is if you listen to it when you had the crowd and that, you had the crowd in there standing, fuck him up, Sammy, fuck him up, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you listen, you can actually hear some predominantly female voices and stuff like that. And I'm not singling them out. I'm saying that they might have been mothers or sisters or something like that who were shouting at people as if to say like stop swearing. Do you know what I mean? So it's like because there were kids present in the crowd.
Yeah.
It was a capacitive crowd, and you've just seen Sammy Callahan cut open a man in front of you and staple his tongue and stuff like that. It might not have the thing that I loved about it was the fact it came up with viewer discretion is advised. I was like, this is gonna be good. Do you know what I mean? There's no way that you're just popping out that warning for banter. So the thing is with that live audience, and they had that magician Chris Angel there as well. Do you know what I mean? So they had they're used to that shock value. But I don't know if they put Chris Angel up on the screen. Maybe they went, oh my God, that jackass is here, so we'll leave. It might have been to do in a match, I'm not sure. But
Might have been.
if
If they'd have had Dynamo there, it would have been so much better.
Mate, if Dynamo's probably still there. He's probably gone back in time or something like that. You watch it now, Dynamo be in the ring with Mance or something. Be something crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I just think that maybe it was a bit, the crowd weren't ready for it. Some of the crowd probably just went, wrestling's on, let's go. And they didn't look at the card, maybe didn't know the talents, didn't know what to expect and stuff like that. But I fully agree. I think that the card, the running order, I don't think the international title match should have been the final match. I reckon they should have left it with the Barbwire match, and then just like maybe just absolutely bludgeon Vance and just leave him there in the ring. So we're all like,
Yeah.
going, "Is he okay?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is
But-
he dead? Right
Is he
now?
dead? Yeah. Is he
Yeah.
dead? I
Is he
think he's dead.
You got me. You got me, brother.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
wondering
that
how the hell did they change the ring mount? Did they just clean it really
No.
well?
They just cleaned it down. To be fair, they had like
Yeah, it's like-
everyone was so into Elijah at that moment.
Yeah, it was like,
And
wow,
really
how the
was
hell
good.
did they clean it so well? It's like literally like a fresh cover over.
Maybe they
It's-
sent out Elijah and they saw him, and then they sent the cleaners and they thought because the lights were down, whatever.
Yeah.
That was the end of the show. So, and like I say, it was a lot of casual fans in that.
Can I just say so? Do you think it's time that TNA introduced a hardcore title?
I mean, isn't
someone
that
like
kind of
Mansour
covered
on
by the
the
X
card.
Division? All right, I can give Mansour the X Division title. So you think about it,
That's
the
not
X Division.
hardcore.
Oh, it's no limits, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
no
Yeah, but
limits.
it's not
So where he
hardcore,
says,
is it?
yeah, of course it is. There's no limits. You can have like no DQ matches and stuff like that. It's the no limits title. So what he could do is if he wins the X Division title, he could be like, right, for you to win this, you have to beat me in a such and such
Yeah.
match or something like that. Make a stipulation. It could be
Oh,
really
I
good,
don't
but
know, maybe.
like I say, I do like I don't want to agree, but I do kind of agree that Sammy's probably being rested a little bit. But I
Yeah.
think Mance is going to take that torch and fly it, and I really hope he does well because he is a hell of a talent.
He is a hell of a talent, but he lost.
He's still the guy.
This time. Best
he's
of
still
three.
over. He's still over. You can lose a match and still be over. Sammy
Yes,
knows that
Oh,
all
yeah.
too well.
Oh no, I totally agree with you. And I was surprised that Sammy won.
Yeah,
Because I honestly thought that this was all set up to make Mansour look an absolute animal, which it did. But
yeah,
but at the end of the day,
it's Sammy.
got beat.
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Sammy's just unpredictable.
I guess. Okay, so we then got the Director of Authority, Santino Marella, presenting Steve Maclin with the brand new, gorgeous TNA International Championship. Maclin celebrates with a monumental victory as TNA Unbreakable goes off air. Now, if at that point you turned it off, you would have then missed. At the very end, Nick and Ryan Nemeth being invited to the Hardy compound.
Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. Did you both see this?
I
or did you
saw
not?
this.
I
That
did.
was brilliant.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I as soon as that happened, I was like, oh my god, yes, please.
Yeah.
We need something like that.
Yeah, we need to see the.
But
Hardy
is this their
Boys.
exit? Do you think,
Oh, I hope not.
No.
or do you reckon we're actually fully getting Broken Matt Hardy back?
I'm not sure whether we're getting that, but what I do know is that they're with us until after Bang for Glory, so they're with us to the end of the year. So we
Right.
ain't got nothing to worry about there. But we had that set up. That's going to happen this Thursday. We'll talk about that in a second. But overall, I think I could give this show about a 7 and a. I mean, well, I'm going to give it an 8, and I'm only going to give it an 8 because Barbwire Massacre was so good. But
I can respect that.
I felt it was a 7.5 at best if we hadn't had the Barbwire Massacre.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna say it's a very faint 7. I wasn't that overly impressed in it because obviously, again, audio issues. You had the screening on the microphones. I thought it was a bit sloppy. I thought some of the commentary was a bit sparse. It weren't like great. It wasn't that. I've just been really, really critical of it. But again, I'd say 4 out of my 7 would be the Barbwire Massacre match. If there wasn't that match there, then I probably would have been questioned whether or not I'm a TNA fan.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed overall.
I think so. I think it could have been better if,
Yeah.
like, the way. I mean, when you think about it, there was a lot of eyes on them for that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could have been better, but I'm not I'm not disappointed in the show, and I'm glad I stayed up to watch it. Watch it live. But it was good. But it's like Norris is saying, it sort of kind of was just a warm up or
Yeah,
a build
it is.
up
It
for
is.
Rebellion.
It's a prolonged build up to rebellion. The whole road to rebellion is now is really underway now, and this is like the final kickstart for it all. In case anyone wasn't paying attention beforehand.
Yeah. Well, talking about Rebellion, let's have a quick rundown of the card. Obviously, we're running out of time here. We're doing quite well considering how much we've actually discussed the issues I've been having. We're doing all right. Okay, so
Fly through him.
we will. So we've got the Walk with Elijah Open Challenge. Who do we think is going to turn up for that? Got any ideas? Is it going to be someone currently on the roster, or are we going to get someone different?
Kid Cash.
What?
Oh,
Kid Cash. Bloody hell.
There is rumors flying that about the Miz coming. This will be when the Miz now just comes down into TNA instead of the whole thing with Joe Hendry. I think it might be him.
Okay.
I'm hoping maybe someone different because it'll be.
I don't mind the Miz tangling with someone like Elijah. I wouldn't want to see him come in and start tangling with Joe.
Mate, honest, I don't want to see the Miz in TNA. Like, I'll happily share on the TNI page that match of him and Cody Rhodes. It's quite possibly the worst professional wrestling match I've ever seen.
I'm not a huge fan of him, to be honest, either. So I'd be pretty disappointed. But whoever's coming in, I'm looking forward to it because I'm looking forward to seeing Elijah put on a really good match.
I'm hoping.
What about this Aleister Black? Because he's making a return or something. What if he accidentally fell into the wrong studio and turned up on TNA?
That would be cool.
Well, that would be cool.
Insane.
That would be good. Yeah, I'm interested in that. Okay, we then got the TNA International title match, which is Steve Maclin versus Eric Young.
This is going to be good. This is going to be war. Eric Young was so pissed that he didn't win that belt. That promo was fucking brilliant. Eric Young delivered. He was just enraged. He's like almost broken, gone back to full world class maniac mode.
Yeah,
he's that pissed off that he didn't get this belt, and he's won every title apart from the Knockouts world title.
He's won the knocked up title.
Yeah, he has.
He's won every belt that's currently going in TNA apart from the Knockouts tag team, apart from the Knockouts World Championship. If that's also when Tom Hanford was going through his resume,
and I reckon if he slapped on a bit of lippy, put a wig on, slapped on a skirt.
Tom Hanford was running through the belts, and you mentioned the Knockouts World title, and then burst out laughing. He mentioned ADB and Eric Young teaming together.
That was brilliant. That was good stuff. We've also got the which is False Count Anywhere now, the Mike Santana versus Mustafa Ali. I think this could be one of the matches of the night.
I hope so.
Definitely, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I look forward to that. The way they built this one up is fantastic.
Yeah, it's one of the best storylines going in for ages.
In TNA right now. Yeah, without doubt. We then got the TNA KO World Tag Titles of by Elegance versus Spitfire, NXT Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolin, and NXT Last Legend and Jakara Jackson. The one that Heather agreed to.
She's terrified of everybody else. I felt sorry for everyone pressuring her.
We then got the huge match. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go back to that one, right?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, Tatum, Paxley, and Gigi Dolin are going to win that match. They're going to become the TNA Tag Title champions.
How so?
Huh?
How come?
I just think they are.
Yeah, it would make sense because what's the point in giving it to Spitfire again if they're just going to lose it again in a couple of weeks?
It's not that. I just feel that if they're going to give a TNA title, to an NXT
team
talent or team, that's the one it's going to be.
Yeah, when Tom Hanford was saying, that on the pre-show that they had a good chance of winning it as well. Should they ever get a rematch or something, and I think they would be the right team to get it too, and it would be like they could have great matches against.
And
Yeah,
it's probably because I really like Tatum Paxley. I think she's really good.
Yeah, she is good.
And Norris is saying there they look really good on NXT yesterday.
Yeah, they look
I think
fantastic.
I think they're great. Ultimate X, we've got Moose versus KC Navarro, the blessed man himself. Matt Cardona, random.
Yeah, where's the build up to that? What
Yeah,
he just been
I don't
thrown in there?
understand how that's happened. That's just a random, let's get Matt on the card. Versus Leon Slater versus Vikingo. I like the sound of that one.
Did you see him on WrestleMania delivering a kick over the barrier?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I saw him come out to assist Phoenix after he lost his match. But I didn't know he got involved in the match itself.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was. They went over to the barrier or whatever because they were talking about the AAA deal and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they went over towards the barrier, and he just like kind of jumped over the barrier and like kicked someone and then sat back down.
Is that right?
It was at that point I kind of thought, right, okay, so Vikingo's not going to be on TNA. And then I forgot about the relationship that we've got, and I thought, well, maybe this does work. So I think that the next 3 months, especially with this deal that we've got going on, could be very, very interesting. Because I reckon that, dare I say it, WWE is probably going to try out a lot of the AAA talent in TNA. And I've got to be honest, I'd welcome it because, like, what was his name? Oh, my mind's gone blank. But there's a good
Jeremy Borash is now going to be one of the producers on AAA as well.
Oh, mate, like, do you know what I mean? He's got that relationship. He's got a history with TNA.
Yeah.
So
I think that was fucking good. I was so pleased to see that news come up too. That was really good to see.
I just want to see JB back on TNA just for the eyes. The eyes.
Yeah.
Just the eyes. Do you know what I mean? It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, it would be good. It would be good. Now the question here is though, who do we think is going to be in the Ultimate X? Who is going to be the guy that turns up? Who is it going to be? Is it going to be someone off the TNA roster? Is it going to be someone from WWE? Who do we think it's going to be? NXT maybe?
Obafemi.
Obafemi?
Wow, that would be cool. Actually, that would be amazing.
It would be quite good, wouldn't it?
I'm hoping keep forgetting his name. I hope it's the guy that Moose faced at Unbreakable. He was so good. I'd love to see him in this match. I really would. He was incredible.
Dipster's saying he hopes it's AJ Styles. I'm going to say something here. I hope it's not AJ Styles.
Maybe not in the mix. I think he's answering the question that I said earlier about like who might end up facing Joe Hendry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that. No, he'd be facing Elijah.
Yeah.
Trevor Lee would be good. Trevor Lee would be very
Yes. I would love to see Trevor Lee back. That would be cool.
If he signed, I'd like to
Octagon Junior would be good too.
Slammer, that is like just put the encyclopedia down, man.
I missed that one. What's he putting? AAA acquisition reminds me.
Don't read it out.
Stalin claim a huge chunk. Oh right, okay. What the hell?
I love that. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it is brilliant.
Yeah, I get us banned from YouTube.
There you go. Punk agrees. It'd be very cool if Tatum and Gigi win the TNA Women's Tag Title. I think it would, because they would be able to go and defend it on NXT. They defend, you know what I mean? It'd be cool. So I'm down with that. Now I'm going to say why I don't think AJ Styles would be a good fit for the Ultimate X, because the guy is nearly 50 years old.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be getting involved in dangerous shit like this.
Yeah. He'll be answering Elijah's call if he is going to be at Rebellion.
If it was anything, that's probably what it would be.
What if it was like Pentagon or Phoenix?
That would be cool. I'd love to see Phoenix in Ultimate X. That would be so cool.
Can you imagine?
The crowd would just go fucking insane.
I mean, there's some fantastic luchadors out there that you could see.
What if they send Chad Gable?
What about if Manic turns up?
Yeah, there's rumors that TJP is a free agent or something now.
He is a free
agent.
agent.
I mean, I'm not against it.
Suicide or Manic, that would be cool.
Because he's been in Ultimate X matches, so he'd be a good person.
Yeah,
because he knows what he's doing. But yeah, I don't know. There's maybe Manic. I don't think Suicide's ever going to come back, but yeah, we might see Manic. That would be quite cool. What about Shark Boy?
Yes, we need
Absolutely.
Sharky.
Like,
We need
you just
Sharky.
named the winner there. End the show. Joe,
Yeah.
roll the music. There we go.
Yeah, we need
Done.
Sharky.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Or
Yeah.
what about if it's Stone Cold's ATV?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my god! Yeah, what? Let's not
Just
bring that
gets
up.
in the ring, just runs into everyone.
Yeah.
Stone Cold is my goat. Okay, so let's just not bring that moment up.
It was just mad how he
I don't
drank
wanna-
after he done that. I was just
Yeah.
like, surely he was drunk on the way down.
Maybe. I just don't know. What the hell's going on? He drives them fuckers every day on his ranch, for fuck's sake. What the hell's
Badly,
going on?
by the looks
Anyway,
of it.
don't know what happened there. It's like he sort of kind of lost the balance as he turned around a corner or something.
Yeah.
I love that out of nowhere. Forget the RKO. Nick Khan straight,
Yeah.
straight to the people. Like, yeah, we'll sort this out.
Here you go. We'll sort it out. Okay, we then have the TNA World Tag Team titles. We've got the Hardys versus the Nemeth. Relic. There you go. That's killer backwards if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lexus King would be good.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. But anyway, let's move on. We're on the TNA World Tag titles. The Hardys with the Nemeth.
It's gonna be good.
I have a feeling that the Nemeth are going to win this. I really do. I honestly think the Nemeth are going to win it. I think they're going to put the title on Nick Nemeth. I think they
Yeah.
want to put a title on Nick.
Yeah, I think I can see it, and I'm not against it. You know, but the Hardys have had a hell of a run, and they've shine anyone's expectations. Everyone would have thought the Hardys are going to be shit. They're going to be boring. They're going to be flat. Well, they've just proven everybody wrong this past year. You know, it's literally been over a year since Matt Hardy's returned, and he's put on one of the best performances I've seen from him since I started watching him in '99.
Rockstar Spud would be good. Anyway,
Rumor has
I
it he's
think-
still just air banging. He's just stood there in the ring, just.
that's the rumor. I think he's just banging his wife. Have you seen her? Whew. Renee Michelle. Woo. You could retire, couldn't you, quite comfortably, just going home and banging her every night. TNA KO World Title. Masha Slamovich versus Tessa Blanchard.
New champion.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think Tessa's gonna knock her out.
I
I honestly hope Masha gets a decent doesn't lose, but I think Tessa Blanchard is going to beat her because Masha's had a pretty weak run as champion.
Yeah, I agree.
So she needs like a reset button to then they'll go get really nasty again and go. It's just not.
She did appear on NXT as well, didn't she?
Yeah.
Masha. She was in the crowd, so I reckon she'll lose the title and then she'll disappear over there for a little bit, put on some matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. I think the trouble is Tessa is an absolute like heat magnet, isn't she?
Yeah.
Like, you know, why would you not want to put a title on someone like
Yeah.
that? It's just unbelievable. I do believe she's going to win. For me, it's a shame because I love Masha. I think she's amazing. I don't like the face version of her. I think she needs to go back to speaking Russian because she sounds way sexier when she speaks Russian.
Killer Kane needs to come back and turn her to the dark side.
Oh,
Yeah,
are we
maybe.
just talking horny thoughts now or something?
No, we're not.
Going on?
But I just think Tessa is just such a heat magnet that you'd be crazy not to.
Oh,
put a
she was
title on.
feeding off the crowd during that match with Kazarian versus Masha and Joe Hendry, like it was just nothing. She was just there going, yeah, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah.
fuck you."
Oh yeah.
It was brilliant.
Just incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. But we then got the TNA World Title: Joe Hendry versus Frankie Kazarian versus Ethan Page.
This is going to be really good.
I know Joe Hendry is going to win.
It's going to be good.
Joe Hendry's going to win.
Joe Hendry or Kazarian to win.
Kaz is getting pinned.
Yeah,
Kaz is getting
yeah.
pinned.
If he does, then we get a rubber match or something with Ethan Page and Joe Hendry. That would be quite good to see too.
Ethan Page, yeah, Frankie would be good, definitely. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I just can't see them taking the strap off Joe right now.
Yeah, I
Right,
know,
you
because
just can't.
he's so over, and he's like, it was like they wouldn't have brought him to WrestleMania if he wasn't going to bring that much eyes onto the product and get WrestleMania booming even more if it was.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
what will happen is if they do get eyes, people have tuned in because they've, they see them on WrestleMania or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
proved already. There are people that have started to take it notice
Yeah,
because
people were sending out tweets a couple of days ago saying that I've now booked Rebellion because I saw Joe Hendry on WrestleMania.
exactly, and they're now going to find out actually he's quite good. He
Yeah.
can actually go. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be really good. It's going to be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Ethan Page, we know, can go in the ring. Frankie, we know, is an absolute legend in the ring. So
Yeah, he's a
um,
ringmaster.
he is, without doubt. And I will never, ever say otherwise when it comes to Kaz as a performer. I think he's awesome. I just don't believe it makes any financial sense
Yeah,
to put the title on him. It doesn't make sense to me. He's not going to put bums in seats. That's what I'm saying. Joe Hendry is. Even an Ethan Page would probably put bums in seats more than Kaz. But that's because he's on. That's because he's on NXT WWE TV.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? It doesn't. So that's the thing. Kaz might be a legend and he might be fantastic, but he's not going to put bums in seats. Facts.
Yeah, it's all about the new generation, isn't it? Nowadays.
Exactly. They're not. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Let's take a quick look at this Thursday on Impact. All right, this is what we've got advertised for the show. I think this is what we're going to get because it's quite a lot. Rosemary versus NXT's JC Jane. That's the one.
Oh yeah.
That obviously happened through the mist
How
in the
your
eye.
eyes, dear?
How's your eyes, dear? There you go. Kaz's only job is to bring Scorpio Sky to TNA.
Oh god. Ah, I'll take a month off if that happens.
I actually quite like Scorpio Sky. I think he's good.
They said no one ever.
He's just not been utilised properly.
He's been booked shit in AEW. I thought it was just so disappointing to see.
No, I think he's good. I think he's
Yeah.
got a lot of potential.
He really impressed me, but he just got booked really poorly.
Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels had faith in him,
Yeah,
so I have faith in them.
And
We
he teamed up with Ethan Page, and he
did.
just got absolutely jobbed out to that Darby Allin.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's how he was booked that made him look weak. But he's good.
Well, if you bring Scorpio, you got to bring Christopher Daniels. And he's retired.
definitely. Yeah, we want the Fallen Angel. He can be manager.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true.
We'll put him in Brookside's corner.
We're also going to hear
That'd be
from
good.
Mike Santana.
Yes.
I don't want to hear from Mike Santana. I want him to fuck shit up.
Oh, he's gonna be fucking shit up.
I think shit will be fucked up, but we're
Yeah.
going to hear from him first.
Yeah,
Before the shit starts hitting the
I,
fan.
I want him to come on camera, and he's got Matey's head. He's like, "This
Yeah.
is you drove me to
Yeah,
live betting."
that would be brilliant. Oh my god, we need more of the Reservoir Dog stuff. That's
Yeah.
definite.
Yes.
Oh, if the dead horse's head on the master.
Maybe that's how we're going to hear from him. Maybe we're not going to hear from him in the ring. We're going to hear from him at the compound that he's got Mike
Yeah.
on Skylar.
We'll be torturing him and things like that.
Dung, 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 dung. That's what's going on. Anyway, Tessa Blanchard will also be in action.
It's going to be good. Mash is
Good.
going to come out and try and destroy her. You get a bit of payback after all the time she's been jumped from behind.
Who's Tessa going to bury there if they haven't put out an opponent?
Tasha Steele's probably.
Maggie Lee.
Or yeah, something like that.
Why is Tasha Steele's not wrestling? No, don't get me wrong. I think she's playing the character really well,
Yeah.
but she's just not doing any matches. What's going on?
I have no idea.
That's true. That is true. Do you think he'll tell us he's been fighting all of his life? Yeah, he probably. Yeah, he probably will. Yeah, and for his daughter, of course, or for his daughter. Now, the Nemeth visit the Hardy compound.
Oh.
Wonderful. This means that if you are going to tune in after WrestleMania, you're going to get to see how this is done properly. We've also got Moose and JDC versus Trey and Ace.
That's going to be good.
Nice.
Ace Austin getting some payback after what we did to Wentz. He's
Yeah,
always
I
going
think
to have to be, always going to have Trey's back. He said.
should be good. And again, yes, Kylan King, I've heard, is coming back in about a month.
Yeah, seen some footage of her in ring earlier on
But-
today. She's looking incredible.
But who knows? Maybe she could turn up at Rebellion. You
Yeah.
never know.
Have her
Um,
take on Elijah.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be good.
Mm.
And then basically we've got Joe, Hendry, and Elijah versus Ethan Page and Frankie Kazarian.
I reckon Elijah's going to indirectly injure Joe Hendry again.
Yeah,
Oh, you reckon?
Something will go wrong, and
Something's
then
gonna happen, yeah.
Elijah gets pinned.
I think we need to start seeing Joe Hendry using his guitar.
definitely. Someone's got to get JJ.
Tribute to Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Listen up, slap nuts, bang.
There you go. There you go. But guys, listen, that's all we've got time for this week.
we think we talked your ears off enough, guys. Sorry.
We have talked your ears off. Also, if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free to super sticker us or head over to prowrestlingtees.com/total-non-stop-impact for some great shirts. Head over to our exclusive Spreadshirt merch store. Links, of course, are below. I just want to mention, guys, that I am not around for the next 2 or 3 weeks. I am heading on holiday, vacation if you're in the States. So the boys are going to be, they're going to be on it. They're going to be holding this show, and they're going to be doing a fantastic job. So please make sure you tune in and listen to what they've got to say.
Yeah,
Joe's
fucking Rebellion to review. This is going to be real good way to start.
Joe's going to be doing a lot of this.
Yeah. And I've got no hair out, so I can't turn my hair
We've
out.
we've actually got a special on one of them. We've got 20 minutes of me and Mia just talking about the Beatles.
Oh, is that right? Awesome.
No,
I'm
no,
looking
it's an
forward to
absolute
that.
lie, but it'll
Okay.
probably end up happening.
But the bottom line is, the Joker is going to be there. The droll Limpster Craig is going to be there. It's going to be a great show. So make sure you tune in for the next 3 weeks with those guys. I may pop in. You never know. If I can find 5 minutes
We'll see a big tan bison.
by the pool, you know, I might have my left tit out. You never know.
Brilliant.
Anyway, all TNI shows are, to all of you listening on the Go fans, available via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. Where can we find you on the social media, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOKEmptyspace. You can jump onto YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Voids. Into the Void. Or if you fancy to tickle your taste buds and your sense of humor, #Daily Giggle, but approach with never mind and just might keep your sanity.
Sanity. And Craig, where can we find you, bud?
You can find me on that little blue bar there. If you type in LimpstarUK on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, then you'll find me there. I still haven't logged into my X account. That's no X Stooge. But like I say, you follow me on stuff, follow you back. We can chat about this in midweek or whatever. But I'll still be here on next week's show.
I think you should change your name though to the Draw on X.
I mean, if I could change it to anything, then I would. But I can't figure out how you change your name on there. So
No.
like,
You
I
probably
just
have to pay Elon Musk some massive bloody sum to do it now anyway.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was thinking I might just take the hit and just start afresh, and then
Yeah.
just pay the verification fee, whatever it is, and just build the account that way. But that's another story for another time.
That would be cool. You'll rebuild it easy on here.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? You'll get people that are worth talking, loads of wrestling fans, TNA fans. It'd be great. But listen, if you're interested in following me, you can follow me at Lord Bison 45 on X, TikTok at Bison by Design, or if you make sure that you follow TNI on all the social channels at We Talk Impact, you will find us everywhere. And also, We do actually have a Facebook group, and I've not really mentioned this for a while, but we actually do have a Total Nonstop Impact UK Facebook group. So if you're not on that group, go and find it, and see if you could join. I'll happily let you guys in if you're a TNI fan. It'd be really good, really cool. Now we've got quite a few people on there, about 150 on there.
Wow.
So it's not bad. It's not bad. But guys, listen, please take the time to help us out by moving up the rankings on YouTube, by giving us a thumbs up. And if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course a smash to never miss any of the great TNA related content coming out from, of course, us in the UK and the US teams each and every week. With all that said, I've been Bison, and they have been the Joker and the Limpster, or the Drool, maybe. And this has been episode 227 of Impacted. Take care, guys.